everybody, and welcome to another very beautiful time on Real Talk with Tarila. My name is Tarila Gbesimi. Thank you so much for stopping by. There was a time the girl child was trained from childhood just to be a wife and a mother in her home. Now there's this desire in women not just to be wives and mothers alone, but also to be career women, stepping out from the kitchen to impact not only their homes, but the world at large. Now, but the thing is, some women can't find a balance. So you see this very successful career single lady who is doing so well suddenly gets married and you no longer hear anything about her career. Or you see this very happy wife and mother who now wants to go that way, yeah, and then you see her home is falling apart all of a sudden. She doesn't have time for the kids anymore. The husband is complaining, everything is going here and there, and there's chaos everywhere. I personally would want to blame it on the training women, or let me say most women had growing up, just to be wives and mothers, be in the kitchen, serve your husband and all. So now we can't really place it. But we can't stay in this blame game forever, because in the midst of all the chaos, some other women are very successful wives, mothers, and career women. And I have two of such women in the house with me today. They are doing very well. They are very strong, beautiful wives and mothers, and are also career women. I have Mrs. Priye Omayuku. She's a mother, wife, a recording artist, a songwriter, host of a TV program, TCP, music director. How? Well, we're going to know. We're going to find out. And she has very lovely children too. And we also have Mrs. Mildred Brown. She's a mother, wife, singer, worshiper, entrepreneur, and today we're going to be learning so much. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you. And right after this break, we will start our discussion. Please don't go away. Welcome back. Let's start with this. Considering how demanding motherhood is, you know, some women worry that being mothers will stop them from fulfilling their aspirations, and they don't even want to get married, talk of more of having children. How were you able? Let me start with you, Mrs. Bray. How were you able, in the midst of these challenges, to get to where you are right now?
Okay. Thank you first of all for having me here. It was really challenging because nobody prepared me for this.
Yeah.
You know, nobody prepared me. I had a lot of struggles. First of all, I got a job working for a television network, and I was an editor, so I had to bring out the production, as in the work. You know, I mean, nobody's going to take the excuse of my child wasn't well. If it's a Saturday program, it has to be delivered, you know, 2 days or a day before the program and all that. And I found out that my life was really crazy. Then I got married and I had a child, and I really didn't have time for my child because, you know, I worked sometimes till like 12 midnight. I had my husband waiting for me outside with my child and all that. You know, it hurt me a lot when I went back home. You know, I cried because I would never meet my child awake. You know, I had to leave him in the hands of a housemaid and all that. And I now started seeing that my child wasn't developing, you know, like the other children. My child delayed in talking, even in walking, you know, for a period of time, you know. And I just cried out to God, like, God, what am I going to do about this, you know? And there was a message that came one day from my pastor, and he was talking about putting your life in order of prioritization, you know. So he said, God first, your family second, then your career and ministry, you know. For some of us it's ministry, for some of us it's career and working in a bank, or, you know, having a big business and all that. So I had to put my life in that order. First of all, I owe it to God first. You know, Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and every other thing will be added unto you. So my relationship with God, you know, is key. It's important because God will give me direction. He will lead me. He'll give me wisdom, if I study His word and all that. So I put God first. I made sure that God first, I put Him first. Then my family. My family has to be second. And God honors that. God created the family system and He expects you to take care of your children. He expects you to take care of your husband and all that. So I put my family second. Then I put my career or ministry third. So that helped me put a balance to it. I gave God my 100%. I then directed my attention to my family. After a while, I had to stop full-time work.
Okay.
Because I saw what had happened to my son. He wasn't developing fast. Other children started speaking before him and, doing things. It was just quiet because my help was a quiet, dull, she was quite dull. She can stay in a place and not talk for a very long time. So my son saw her more than he saw me, communicated with her more than it. So I had to stop work. I had to put my life, in the right order, and I started doing volunteering or doing part-time and all that, but God gave me wisdom in that area, and that's how I created balance. Still challenging, but with God's wisdom and guidance, makes it easier.
Tell us how you got here. We'd like to know from you.
Really, it's not an easy way to go, There are so many challenges, but as a growing child, myself, I happen to learn a lot from experiences. I saw so many things from my elder ones, my mother, and all that. They all have dreams. I saw them. I saw people around me. But along the way, so many dreams were cut short, and I was like, is this all about life, that you have dreams and it wouldn't work because you have to attend to this, you have to attend to this, you have to attend to this? So how am I going to put it right before I get there? I am somebody that learns a lot from people's experience. I don't want it to happen to you. I don't want, because already I have gone through a lot, so I watch. Sincerely, I watch. For example, when I was in school, I could hear parents telling their children, please don't do like this, do like this. I never had mine telling me, so I just pick it. Okay. For you to call your child to tell the child, do this, do this, do this, I believe it's something good, so I'll just pick it and I'll run with it. So before you even shout on me, I don't arrange myself. You understand? So that was how I managed. And I went through scripture by the grace of God. I saw where it was written in the book of Judges, I think 5 or so. It said Deborah, a wife, a prophetess. I was like, how come? Because being a prophetess is like a career for her. I was like, how come? How did this woman manage this? And she could judge Israel at her time. Which means she gave her time also to studying, doing some other career work, As life goes on, I was like, God help me. And He did. But everything has to be pleased, just like she said. It's really not easy because most of us, our career is like hot cake for us. We want to push, we want to do everything. It's like any other thing is like outside. We just want to push. Like those of us that sing, me it's like burning, that kind of, you tell me not to when you're my lifetime enemy. But I was like, God, how am I going to manage with my husband, children, and all this stuff? But it wasn't easy. I had to stop singing for years. When I mean years. Like 10, 11, 12, 13 years, I stopped. It wasn't an easy time for me. But I needed my family because I grew up like mother here, father, So I needed mine to be together. But I know that I'll come back someday. So let me give the family attention. That was how I was able to manage the system.
But looking back now, you said you gave 12. That was scary.
Yeah.
That's very scary.
It's scary.
That's very scary. A lady will be like, you see what I'm saying? You will not be, let me not marry. Or
no.
Let me marry her. No, but looking back now, is it possible that you would have done something in another way to manage it. So, like you said, learning from somebody else's experience. So, is there something someone can learn from their experience to not make it 12 years? And okay, so someone won't say ha.
It mustn't be 12.
No, really, it mustn't be. But to looking back now, would there be like, if I had known, I would have. Is there any I would have, or it will still be the same if it's now?
No. If it's now, it won't be the same. Another thing is understanding. Mine was like that then. Yours shouldn't be like that. You understand? That's because I was still young, didn't know how to carry it. That was why it went that long. But if it's now, but we'll manage everything together. We'll carry it and it will work. Because we know we'll give them time. For example, I was supposed to be in the studio today, but I had to push that one aside so I could attend to the children and know that let me finish with that one and I'm here now. You understand?
So, like she said, prioritize. So by the time you prioritize, you can actually find time for this, not just giving it all.
Yeah.
So now you know, okay, yeah, studio, but my children, and I can. Someone told me this, that there is no lady that can be successful as a wife, mother, and career woman if she doesn't get support. 100% support from her husband.
Yeah.
I've also heard stories of women who said their husband did not support what they were doing at the initial point, but now they have their husbands there, and they're like, no. So is it really true? Is it 100% support from your husband that will make you a very successful wife?
Well, I think having your husband support, okay, maybe even if it's not 100%, if it's a good percentage, would help, because it will make your life more fulfilling. Yeah, there are some people that are very successful and they don't have their husband's support. Find out what's happening in the home. The home is chaotic. The children are suffering. It's just chaotic. And if your husband is there to support you, I think it makes it easier. There's no guilt involved. When you go out to do your thing, you don't feel guilty. You don't feel bad. You come back and all that. Like I must have said when we were discussing earlier, it's very important if you're getting married. And I hear that the decision of marrying a particular man can either make you or marry you. So I think it's very important to prayerfully get into marriage, and before you get into marriage, you should have a talk. Understand yourselves. What are your dreams? What are my dreams? I need to let you know that I love music, and music is like my life. If I'm not doing music, it's like somebody's tying me up and I'm suffocating and all that. This is my life. I want to travel the world. I want to take Jesus everywhere. I want to make Jesus famous and all that. I've already let you know about that. He also tells me his dreams and all that. It helps us, to understand each other when we get into the marriage. I think it's very important.
So you agree to that?
You should. I agree to that. Life is just the way just like our parents would tell us, the way you make your bed, that's how you're gonna lie in it. There's not way. Your husband have to be there. He needs to be there for you to go out and come in without fears. You understand? Something happened someday and he was like, see this singing thing, you stop it. I say, boy, the day I stop it, this marriage is over. As in over. Because you saw me when I was singing before you came. But if it's not there, you won't have the fulfillment as a woman. You understand? Because you can be successful out there and you come in, you can't rest your head on the bed. There's trouble for you to settle. No. For me, I would rather let that career go. I will let it go. My home, I tell you.
Okay, right after this group, we'll be talking about guilt. The guilt women feel. There's this guilt. Actually, Mrs. Cynthia wrote me and she inspired the topic for today, but we will discuss this right after this break. Welcome back. Before we went on the break, I was telling you about guilt. Now, Mrs. Cynthia said her career has taken her away from precious family moments, and she's beginning to feel guilty. But the thing is, she says her husband and her children, they support what she does. In fact, she said, we are proud of you, mommy, we push. But she's beginning to feel, can I go on? She has missed anniversaries, she has missed birthdays, she has missed graduation. And she's like, when I look back and I see these pictures, I'm not in those pictures. There's this feeling. I always say, for men, a man can love his family very well, love his wife and his children, but duty calls and that's gone. But it's not even pressure from outside. The woman herself feeling, I left this weekend and I'm leaving again this next weekend. There's this guilt. How does a woman overcome that guilt? How does she?
It's an easy thing to do. When you begin to feel guilt on a thing, anything at all, you just have to find a way to work on it. It's just too easy. It's a matter of your mind, you know. She just have to play back. She can't really bring back the hands of the clock, you know, but there are things she just have to let go now. When you begin to feel guilt about anything, just pause and see how you can make amends from that moment. So I believe birthdays will come again, anniversaries will come again, you know.
What do you do to girls?
Yeah, when duty calls at that point, you just have to choose. You have to choose because it will always call. You know, those times I was like staying back, not singing. I knew time will come again. I knew there will be another time to sing. Because sincerely, when they look back at those pictures and see my mom is not here, one day they'll feel like...
You know, you're talking about singing. What if there's some offices you get into and they have this age limit? You can't attain that if you're 35 below. And she has to. She's already married. And if she has to wait, by the time she waits, she might be 38 and there is no company that might want to even employ her. Do you understand? Okay, so now she has finally gotten the job. And the job just... you're traveling on the 22nd and that's my son's graduation. Oh God, how am I going to... How does...
Wow, that's a tough one. It's really tough. It's a tough one, you know. It's really
whilst I was preparing for these are some of the fears some young women worry about.
Yeah.
And they're like, how do we do it? So I understand that we didn't really have this training how to. So whilst even our parents, for some of us that haven't had parents that sent us to school and go, still would sit you down your last few minutes with them and tell you how you should just have your husband. And then when you go to your husband's house, so everything was just about the home. So that's why so many marriages right now are going down. Because it's like, and women are rising up. So how do we equip our younger ones coming out now? So how does she overcome this guilt of, I missed it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry it's go but you would have to help. You would have to help. But I'm thinking there could also be a way to make up. I wasn't there for the graduation on Saturday and I'm back on Monday. I can take you out on Monday and give you a very swell time in the name of your graduation party. So I wasn't there on the day, but I can actually come back and say, wow, so I'm back. What did I miss? No, that was small. Your dad took you out to where? Don't worry. I'm spoiling. So they can be, I don't know, I'm thinking
She's
pictures too.
She's actually a good place because her husband supports her.
Yeah.
And her child supports her. And like you
But
said,
she's
after a
the one
while,
feeling the
she's the one
guilt
feeling the
now,
guilt and all that. So she's actually in a better place. I mean, if she didn't have her husband and her child support, that would be just crazy. You know, really, really, really difficult. Like you said, she can make up for those days and all that. The truth is, this whole marriage thing, career thing, it's like, let me say marriage and family life, it's a sacrifice.
Yeah.
And you have to count the costs. Seriously, you have to count the costs. I tell young people that you're young now, go for it, you know. go and get your first degree, get your second degree and all that. Because when you get married, you have to share that time with husband and children, and there's a lot of guilt involved. You have to go for maybe your PhD and you leave your 5-year-old or baby and all that. Too many sacrifices to pay. So I think you have to count the costs or start early. And I'm talking as a Christian. Ask for God's grace. Ask for God's grace. And naturally, maybe not for that level of commitment in her job. As a wife, I think you can actually create a timetable. If you can manage your time. Like if you own the business, you're an entrepreneur. You own your timing and all that. You can actually create a timetable. I wake up 5 a.m. in the morning, and my 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. is for my God. I give God my first. That's first for Him. Between 6 o'clock and 7:30, I'm preparing my children for school. When they go to school, I have 4 hours. I deal with my stuff. And then maybe it's school run time, I do this. I just plan my life. Tuesdays are for this. Family time, first Saturday in the month, or first Sunday in the month, or like we do my family every Sunday after church. We just go out and eat out. So like Sunday is like a free day for me. I don't really most times don't have to cook or prepare dinner or lunch or whatever. Just there must be a way. Just ask God for wisdom, and there has to be a way.
Yeah, there's definitely a way. I run a shop of my own. Just like she said, you wake up maybe 5, give God the first hour, then the children goes to school, you come back, the shop is there, the husband is there to attend to. We're talking about the guilt. You understand? So it still boils down to managing the time, just like you said. It still boils down to that, because you can really not give 100% to be sincere. One thing must suffer. One thing must suffer. So which one will you prefer to? You understand? That one could now help to lighten that guilt you have inside of you.
As a wife and mother, should every wife and mother live a certain kind of career? Is it advisable? Because from what we're saying, I think, is it okay to tell a lady, I think you should be in charge of your business? So does it mean that we're removing ladies now? Like what you do is great because you have time. You plan, you have time for yourself. So is it advisable, especially when the children are young? Is it a good advice that a lady should, I think, like we say, no wise woman should choose her career above her home. So is it okay? Advice. See, I think it's like you say, it's not easy. It's not easy, but it will be better if you're in charge of. Is it okay to give?
It will be better if you're in charge, but we all cannot do the same thing.
Yeah.
We all cannot do the same thing. Some persons can't run the shop. Before evening, everything will finish. You understand? Then some of us can't walk in the bank.
Yeah.
Some can. We all can do the same thing. So it's just a matter of understanding the man who comes in here again, and I just but we can't really do the same thing. So we have to. What you can do, you do and give priority. That's what I think.
There's a set of people, one set of, for some time now you hear people just come out and talk about submission, no submission, and I don't know, there's this craze for some time now, women just come up and they want to just, no man should tell me what should, and the thing is, it took a while, but I started letting young ladies around me see, don't listen to this women. They're taking it to the extreme. This is how it should be. Your husband should at least have a say in what you do, because they just came about this thing and the lady asked me, must it be the lady, the wife that would sacrifice at all times? Now this thing is, we're having this, one person is going to learn how to handle her home. is it only the woman? Is it only me that will not be staying? Can't you stay? Is it only the woman that takes care of the children? Is it the woman's responsibility? Because she told me, she said from her experience, she said she feels women just give themselves the job of taking care of the children, because a woman can say, and today is your turn and goes. So is it really a woman's thing to take the responsibility of raising the children? Is it just for the man to go and work? Because right now women are rising up. Then it was easy. The men will go to work. We stay in the house and take care of the children. And that was how we saw our mothers do that. Now something different is happening. Women want to go to work now. So is it that women can't go to women? Do we always have to be the ones to sacrifice?
We have to.
Or is it just your love for your children that make you do that?
No, because even scripturally is there. No, we call some now God night jobs. So we were in authority, and the serpent came and the man was sleeping, but he had to put us under. So it started from there. You understand? We have to, because women are more sensitive than men. Sincerely, they are very, very sensitive.
We are.
Yeah, we are. We are sensitive. That is because, for me, I can be here and see and understand that something is happening in my husband's office. That's me. That's me. And I will tell him, boy, be careful the way you talk. Be careful. And the next time he will call me, yeah, this is what happened. That's how some women can be sensitive. You understand? So we just have to carry it, because it's our responsibility to a great extent. Yes, theirs is to bring the money. They also take care of the children. They do. Because those times my children were still much younger. He can change their diapers. He baits them. Even now, the one that is 5, he does bait her. You understand, when he's around. But at a certain time, all their mind is just on the work. This, that. Don't forget, we are supposed to be helpers. You understand? So that is the more reason why we should carry. We're supposed to be helpers. Yes, if the Bible says we are supposed to be helpers, which means the entire work was supposed to be for the men. Now it is being shared because we are helpers. So let them do this and let's do this. I don't think taking care of your children is much a huge job to do. For me, it's not. I tell people that come to stay with me once in a while, I said, housework is no work. Going to my shop is no work, because I plan my time. The only reason why you're here is because sometimes I'll go out and I'll come back late, and who will stay with the children? That's the reason why you're here. Not because I cannot cook, I cannot take care of the shop, I cannot do this. But it's just because sometimes the career is also there, for you to deal with. That's it.
So women out there, I think so far we're learning. In as much as we want to go into this space and dominate our world, we need to prioritize. We need to, for us, our priority might be different. You check out what you find out what's most important to you, and run with it. Like there was something you talked about help. Now let me bring it there now. And most times, because of this guilt we have of about leaving our children, we want to get help. And when do we cross the line? Where do we get to the point where because it tried to take care of it tried to take care of these children. Let's not leave them because the truth is, no matter how we try to compete with the men, most ladies won't like this, but the truth is, it lies on us to take care of our children.
Yeah.
We feel guilty when we leave them. So for some women, they want to just bring a replacement. So there's a nanny, and then the nanny comes to the house and takes care of. But after a while, then it now becomes the co-wife.
The role of the wife.
So where do we cross the line? Where do we get to a point where we say no? Like she said, and that every wise woman should learn, that she observed her child wasn't doing that, and she had to let me give my own. Now, but for some ladies, they're so engrossed in trying to make this me, and then they get to a point where some children have been molested by this Nice. Where does a woman cross the line? Where do we get to when we say in fact? I'm coming to a very difficult question after this one. So after this question, is it really possible that women can actually compete with men in the career world from all these things that we're going to? Well, no, let's talk about crossing the line. Okay. Where do we get to? Where does it get to the point of just saying, don't worry. Nanny stage, I'm bringing you to the house. I can do everything. It's just because I come back late.
Yes.
And I need to stay with the children. When will we get to the point where they don't think like,
no more.
Don't even come. Don't come late.
There's always a point. No, sincerely, there's always a point. You know, my first daughter, she'll be 10 by November. JS1, boarding house. The other one is 7. I'm just timing him. No, sincerely. And right now, I'm like, you wash your plate, you do this, you do that, you do this. Because I know that this nannies won't stay forever.
Yeah.
I have a limited time. No, sincerely. The other one, she's 5. Mommy, I want to do work. I want to do this because I allow her to do them. She will slice onions for me now.
Wow.
Anyhow, she chops the onions. I just do it because I know that someday my career will be greater than this one. So I'm already preparing them. Yeah. So that's why when it comes to that point, we are no more nanny. Because now they are being prepared. One day they will be so confident to cook the food, to know where I will drop the key. You understand? They can go buy something for themselves. So right now I'm preparing them. You wash the cloth anyhow you wash it, whether it's clean or not. Waste my soap, no wahala. But yes, they are all learning because it's not just about now. Someday they will grow, and at that point you now need to rest as a mother too. You understand? And you don't need all these good nannies anymore. You don't need them at that point. So that's why as mothers too we should start. You know, that then when it comes to that point, you know, at this time, nanny, you can rest. This child can eat herself. She can cook the indomie herself. What am I keeping you for?
So you feel thin. Let me go a bit personal. When we talk about finding fulfillment in what we do, you already know what you do. What if your husband tells you not to do what you're doing? You already said it, but you will say it again. you know it's a passion. You will say it again because he will be watching what your husband says.
Wow.
I think you should stay in the house. And this thing you do gives you satisfaction. And then your husband says, take care of the children. Let me this is a personal thing now. I know what you won't tell you to do it.
No. See, when it comes to me and my husband, we are two like sister and brother. Sometimes we hit it so hard, sincerely. You know, one of those days while we're still at somewhere, you know, he told me he came out from work with what kind of angry face like that. I was about leaving for choir rehearsals. The next thing he said, "Where's my food?" Already I prepared the food. I dropped it on the table. Did you keep water?
Sometimes they just ask.
Where are you going to? Am I taking my bath? I was like, what is this man not saying? I'm not hearing. You know. So the next thing, have I eaten and you're going out? I said, but I'm going for rehearsals and I'm late. At that point, I knew that there's fire on the mountain. And all I did was, I asked my younger ones, go, I'll come later. Could you believe that after a while, he ate and everything? He was like, you can go for your rehearsals. I looked at him, I was like, are you okay? As in now, where rehearsal, you know? So something else happened and he was like, see this your singing ministry, this your singing thing, it ends today in this house. I say, boy, you never reach that stage. If it ends, this marriage will end. Because I said it because, see,
But do you mean it?
for where?
Okay.
For where? No, I really didn't mean it because actually it was. The thing that happened was so fierce that I was like, oh my God, I don't die. You know, and when he said it, I said what I said because music is my passion. You understand? And if you take that away from me, which means I'll be like, you know, what side of me is God? So when he said it and I told him that, I said, we will be in this house, we will be living together, but we are enemies for life. I tell you, I was so angry. I was like pointed. I said, we'll be enemies for life. So when I said that, he also got to him and it was like, because sometimes I go sing and come back, he will be the one to tell me, girl, you sang rubbish. It's also part of him. So when I said that and all that happened, after a while I had to calm down. I told myself, girl, you woman,
Yeah, you have
to bring your head down.
Yeah.
Because if he pins his leg, it's final. You understand? And you just have to, because if the man is not there, we keep saying again, if he's not there, except your heart is not in that home, except your heart is not there. If that family is there,
What would you do if you
Okay, what will I do? That part, I don't know. Anyway, my relationship with my husband right now is my husband is my best friend.
Yeah.
So my husband cannot come and intimidate me. Do you understand? I'll tell you, I'm going to report it to God. Do you understand? I have a wonderful relationship with my husband, you know. We talk over things and all that. The truth is, if my husband gets to the point where he says, you can't do this thing again, something must have happened. You know, I see a lot of people, you know, give all their attention to church, not even God. We're playing, we're doing activities, you know, we're busy, we're in this department, we're doing this for pastor, we're doing this for pastor, we're doing this one for our assistant, this or you know, we're just busy playing church, but we're forgetting the most important things. Church is very important. I'm not saying church is important, but who are you doing it for? You need to ask yourself, are you serving God, are you serving man, or are you serving your pastor or your leader? Do you understand? You need to know where you are at every point in time. You need to submit to your husband. You need to let him know that he comes first, you know, before all these activities. Because the truth is that God is the most important person in this whole equation. I go to church. What I do, I actually do for God. I'm not doing it for anybody, you know. And like I said, I'm getting wisdom every day to know that, God first, too, you know. Then family second. Take care of them first. Like she said, like he was asking, was his food ready? His food was already ready. Do you understand? Get to that point where you have taken care of things at home. So it won't matter. He was just pulling her legs, I'm sure. He was trying to see if are you submissive? You know, they do that once in a while, but let's just know what's right, and let's not play church or play whatever. It might not be church, you know, give our attention to other things, our bosses are, you know, and then we forget the most important things. Yeah.
But before we wrap up, I would want you to talk to a single lady. Let's talk to this single lady who is already a career lady. Before she there was something you said, I don't know if you said it here or when we were chatting. I would love you to tell a single lady. She's already on that path. She probably is a singer right now, a popular, or she does something right now before she gets into marriage. Her heart should be prepared before she gets into marriage. Can we just tell her one?
Okay, let me use myself as an example. Because I saw my older sisters get into marriage and all that, you know, I saw my friends, like she said, she learned from a lot of things, people experiences, you know. For young ladies who are planning to have a career, planning to have a family and all that, I would say, first of all, like I did when I got born again really early, I handed over my life to God and I told him, and I started praying for my future already, even before I met the man or whatever. I prayed for my husband. There was no name at that time, but I used to say my husband and all that, my children, you know, I had a time, 5 a.m. in the morning, I'll leave my room in Delta and just walk around praying for 1 hour, and praying for my job. I also told myself that God, I don't want to. I used to hear people say, after university, you go into the labor market. So I used to say, what's this labor market? I don't want to go into the labor market. So I told God, I want to get a job already before I get into before the labor market deal and all that. So God honored my prayer. First of all, before I even graduated, there was a job already waiting for me. The man I got married to, I didn't even know he was the one I was going to marry. He was my friend already. He was my body. In fact, it was like a guy to me. So I could tell him anything, and eventually, he proposed and all that. And we discussed. It's very important that whoever you're getting into marriage is one institution that is not like playing gambling or whatever, playing cards or whatever. Marriage is serious. They always say that the decision to marry a particular man will either make you or marry you, So it's very important to tell him what you want to be, and if it doesn't go well with him, I don't think you should get into that relationship. If he doesn't want you to, if you feel God wants you to be a career person and you want to really do this thing, I think you should consider it. And there's something Paul said in the Bible that I'd rather you don't even marry. It's true, because Paul couldn't have a wife. Paul he couldn't manage a family. It's not possible that Paul could have left a family at home and, he wouldn't have been able to give them that kind of attention. And it would have bothered him very much. So he decided not to marry. So you have to count the costs, If you've decided who you're going to get married to, discuss your future. It's very important. Don't allow love cloud you and, you forget yourself. After love, there's other things. There's reality, So discuss it. If you guys agree, go into the marriage and just allow God to just take you step by step into your future and destiny.
Talk about it. This is period. I'll need you to talk to a married woman right now who is feeling that I must go there. I learned a lot today, and really you should. We talked about priorities. We talked about things. Peace. What gives you peace? I think you should pay more attention to that. It won't be nice chasing career and then you don't have peace in the home. Don't let what all these other women on social media tell you. Well, I have a new wife here. What do you have to tell a wife sitting down? Because the thing is, it's crazy right now. And when you talk, it looks like, I beg. There are some women are coming up and some take it to the extreme. Yeah. And anything taken to the extreme is very bad. Very bad. This liberation, we also should. This is a real wife right here. Let it not come from my mouth so it don't look like I'm trying to make my show. Well, tell a married woman what is reality and what she should do.
Yeah, reality is reality. You can't. No, seriously, reality is reality. Now, a wife is a woman that is married. A mother is someone that has relationship with her husband, the children. A mother. So you can be married and not be a mother. So if you want to be a married woman, you're already married and you still want to be a mother, there's this relationship. Now look at it this way. Sometimes after the career and everything, you go home sad. You feel like something is missing. There's no one to rest your shoulder on. There's no family to run back to. But yet you feel you're successful in your career. But
people are
something, your big name, Mama G, Mama whatever. But you go home and there are some cries you cry in the dark. And you feel like my family.
That's the cry most people won't even tell this younger woman.
My family, I miss my family. You would tell me you're not missing something. Let's be real here. We all need a home. We need family. Just like you're a married woman, you need these two persons, not you alone, because you're married, your family, your husband, and your children. So we need them. Let's be sincere. After the career won't give us this relationship we're talking about. The career is just the healing outside. Mama G has come. Mama General is here. Then you go home, no one is clapping for you. What's the comfort there? So let's manage it. After they finish calling you Mama G, let's come home and they call us the general woman. You understand? So that's what we desire. Just keep calm. Don't rush. By the time you keep rushing and rushing, before you know, you will miss your step definitely. But
And I'll end with this. I will encourage every woman. It's possible for you to be a wife, a mother, and a career woman. I think you should begin to look at people who are successful in this. Read books, study, have mentors. And yes, if you need to ask any question, you need to get to any of my guests, you can contact me. My email address is mailme@iamtarila.com and send your questions. They will still answer any question you have. I know there are so many questions you have. Send and I'll get to them. They will answer you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, and thank you, Mrs. Priya. Thank you so much for coming, Mrs. Mildred. Thank you. We need to let people understand that you can be. And well, like she said at the beginning, prioritize. Know what's priority for you. Know what makes you happy. Yeah. For some, they don't care about their husbands and homes. Well, if that's you, but I think you can be. Know what's best for you and work with it. Have a very, very lovely week. Bye.